In today's video I will show you how to deploy multiple lambda function using step functions in AWS. So firstly I am using Node.js and I am using the serverless framework. So what I have done is that I have created a Node.js project, and inside package.json here you can see I have added express. We require this serverless HTTP, and also we require this serverless step functions as well. Okay, that could be as a part of dev dependency. Next, inside first app, so here you can see this is just a normal express app, and I have created our express app, and this is just for course handling. Here I have created two endpoints, one like base URL. If you go to the base URL, it will just say hello lambda, and another called /new, and it will also give you hello new lambda. And here just like error handling stuff I have done. And if you want to test it locally, you will have to comment out this line and add the uncomment this line, and you can test it locally. But I have already tested it locally, that's why I'm exporting this module from a first app file. Similarly for second app, so this can be anything, this endpoint, this will depend on you what you are actually trying to do. Then for second app, so in our first lambda function there will be two API endpoints. That is the important thing to note. And for second lambda function, I have just created one API endpoint, but if you want you can create multiple endpoints. Again, that will depend on your use case. The reason I am creating multiple lambda function is because each lambda function has a timeout of 15 minutes. So if you want multiple lambda function, this example would be useful for you. So here you can see again I have created an express app. Again, this course handling stuff, here I have created an API endpoint. I am returning some response. Again, this error handling stuff, and I am exporting our second app as well. Now what you will have to do is I am using this serverless framework. Now make sure you install this globally. This should not be part of your project, so you can just run npm install -g serverless. Then you will have to run this thing, so serverless config credential -- provider aws -key. So here you will have to enter your key for lambda as well as your secret key, so you can contact your root user of AWS console to give you this key. Also you will require this all access. So along with lambda you will also require access to CloudFormation, delete stack, describe change set, describe stack events, describe stack resource, then create change set, validate template, delete change set, CloudWatch logs, create log groups, API gateway of put, CloudFormation, execute change set, CloudWatch log, stack resource. And I got little frustrated, that's why I given access to all the things for API gateway. Because every time I was deploying, AWS was saying you don't have this permission, you don't have this that permission. Like it won't give you in a single attempt like what all permissions are required. Maybe in the docs it is specified, I couldn't find it. That's why I given everything in API gateway. Also in IMA roles also I gave all the permissions. So apart from create role, you can see I have gave all permission to IMA roles as well. Okay, and also you will have to install the AWS CLI. So you can just use the just search for how to install AWS CLI using Node.js. So you will have to install locally on your computer. Once you do that, you will have to run this command. Okay, once you run this command, what you can do, you can just run this AWS configure, and it will just check for your key, secret key, and also you will have to it will ask you for region. Just enter whatever region you want to, so EU North 1 or whatever your preference is. So I will run this command and I will come back. Run this command, and but make sure you type this command manually. Like I have faced multiple issues for this. Like whenever I try to copy paste this command from any documentation, this -- does not come properly, and even though it looks proper, you will face some issues like this key is not found, something like that. So do make sure you enter this -- similar for this over here and similar for this over here as well. Next we will have to run this command over here, so it will create two files for us. So I will just go over to my terminal. I will run this command, and here you should be able to see that it creates two files, like a handler file as well as a YAML file for us. So here you can see it has created this handler as well as this serverless.yaml, and we have already installed this serverless.http as a dependency. And also if you check inside my package.json, I have added this dev and start command. This is for local testing, and for local testing you will have to comment this out and uncomment this, but you can ignore this local testing for now. And this is important. This will help us to deploy our lambda functions to AWS Lambda as well. So this is important, so make sure you add this as well. So we have already done this, we have already done this. Okay, and also for step function we have also I have already told you to add this. Now for step function you also need to give permission to CloudFormation stacks. No, sorry, I think you have to give permission to step function. So make sure, like even like for step function I gave all the permissions. I'm not sure which all functions are required for step function, so I gave all permission to for my IMA role. Actually this is a bad practice, but you can check the documentation on what exact permissions do you need. So yeah, handler as well as my serverless.yaml file. So if you go to handler.js, here I am importing my first app, my second app, as well as I am importing serverless.http. So serverless.http is required, -http sorry, is required because we need to wrap our first app and second app inside a serverless module. And here I have given it name as hello and second hello, but you can give whatever name you want to, but make sure whatever name you give over here, you use the same name inside serverless.yaml as well. So modify this file first. Next, inside serverless.yaml, so my project name is delete me, but if you want you can change to whatever you want to. Then this was by default created, don't touch it. Name is AWS. I have added this memory size, stage, timeout I have kept it as 15 seconds, but if you want you can increase it as well. The region is EU-North 1. So whatever you have configured inside, whenever, if you remember, we had run this command, I have told you to run this command AWS space configure. So whatever region you had configured, make sure you enter that region. So runtime, it depends on you. So currently I'm running on Node.js 18, that's why I've used it as Node.js 18. Then you have to add this plugins as well, serverless step function, because we are using step function. Now here you can see this hello is same thing which I have defined over here. Okay, so hello as well as this second hello which I had defined inside handler.function. Now the handler I am naming it as handler.hello as well. And the path, if you see, whatever you have defined it inside your first app, so / and the second one is / new. So same / new, both are get request, so I have kept it as it is. This is for second hello. Okay, and here the path is /second hello. So if you check, this is something like this. Next, I have defined a state function. Now to be honest with you, like I have just copy pasted it from docs. If you want you can give it a name, but I have kept everything as it is. Only thing changed is this comment, parallel execution of lambda function. Okay, and the important thing is start at hello function. So if you remember, whatever you have given name, just use the same name. First letter should be capital, followed by the name function. I'm not sure if this is important or not, but I have tried to be as consistent as possible. And here the state is hello function. I will come to this. Similarly for a second function as well, I have used the same thing, and the type is task, end is true, type is task, end is true. Now the resource part is little interesting, so you can literally copy paste this. The only thing you will have to change is this account ID. So I have not entered my account ID, so here you will have to enter your account ID. Now from where you will get your account ID, just log into your AWS console. At the top right corner where you see your name, just click on it and it should show you your account ID, and just copy paste it. There might be some dash in your account ID, we don't need those dash. The AWS console itself will show you a copy to clipboard button. Just click on that and it will automatically remove the dash from your account ID. So enter those account ID over here as well as over here, and this should be delete me should be your service name. So whatever is your service name, use that, followed by -dev, which is our stage, and followed by the hello function which we had created over here. Okay, so yeah, that should be it. Now I will just deploy it and get back to you. I was able to successfully run npm run deploy, and here you can see this is my first endpoint, this is my second endpoint, and this is my third endpoint. So first my lambda function contain two endpoint and second one contain one endpoint. Now suppose if you run into some kind of an error, most probably AWS will tell you what error it is in the console itself, and suppose you fix that error as well and you try to run npm run deploy again, and you might face another issue saying that update failed in progress, something like that. So to resolve that issue, one thing you can do is you can go to over here. I will tell you where you will have to go. You can go to cloud formation stacks and try to delete it. Okay, and also go to your lambda and try to delete it as well. Suppose and you are able to delete it completely and you try to deploy it again, and still if you are facing that similar issue of update progress in fail, then what you can do is an easy fix would be just to update your service name. But if you update your service name, make sure you update it over here as well as over here. But once you are able to successfully deploy your lambda function, once you are done with everything, don't forget to terminate your lambda instance. So what you will have to do is you will first have to go to lambda, select your lambda function, delete it. Also you will have to go to cloud formation, go to stacks and delete it, and wait, because sometimes it fails to delete, as we need to delete our serverless bucket as well. So we don't have to go to s3 bucket to delete it. So in cloud formation itself, try to delete it again, and it will show you that serverless bucket option on second time when you are trying to delete it. Just click the check mark and you should be good to go. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye. I was wrong about the deployment bucket getting deleted automatically once you delete cloud formation. Like I noticed that sometimes the deployment bucket from s3 does not get deleted. So make sure you go to s3 and delete your s3 bucket for deployment as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.